So last night, Ken and I, he had to work on Valentine's Day. And so we spent like a morning together. We traded gifts, drank coffee. But then we're like,
Gypsy Rose Blanchard is once again at the center of public scrutiny following her latest live stream, where she attempted to shift the narrative after receiving backlash from her previous session. Viewers had criticized her for appearing too self-focused rather than fully embracing her new role as a mother.
Since we couldn't really spend time together on Valentine's Day itself, we'll make up for it on Sunday night, because Sunday was the next day off. So we had just an evening at home planned, and so the plan was to have
Many questioned why there were no signs of a baby in the background, fueling speculation about her parenting. In what seemed like a direct response, Gypsy made sure to project a more maternal image this time around. She strategically posted herself in full mom mode and, during the live stream, ensured that a baby's cries could be heard in the background before abruptly ending the session to tend to her child. However, instead of silencing the skepticism, her actions only intensified it, with many perceiving the move as more performative than genuine.
A romantic dinner, and then have Aurora here at the house with us, just have family time. So I had a little kit. It's a massage kit, and so the plan was he was gonna give me a nice back massage, with
As the conversation unfolded, Gypsy also shared details about how she and Ken spent Valentine's Day. She explained that they didn't celebrate on the actual holiday because Ken had to work, so they postponed their plans to Sunday, his only day off. According to her, they spent time at Ken's house enjoying a quiet evening together, complete with a massage and a bubble bath. While this might seem like a normal, intimate date night for a married couple, one specific comment she made quickly became a point of discussion. She emphasized that this time, they had included Aurora in their Valentine's celebration, which instantly raised eyebrows.
A nice hot bubble bath and a steak dinner. And we watched a movie. We watched Don't Breathe 2. Came out a couple years ago.
The phrasing implied that, on previous occasions, Aurora may have been left out while Gypsy and Ken spent time together. This led to a wave of speculation. Where was Aurora during those times? How often does this happen? Who was caring for her if she wasn't with them? While Gypsy didn't elaborate, the comment seemed to hint at an unspoken reality that contradicted the motherly image she has been trying to present. This moment reignited the ongoing debate about Gypsy's evolving approach to motherhood. Aurora is still a newborn, a stage in which stability and consistency are essential for a baby's development. Yet,
we didn't cut off. I like living with my family, don't get me wrong, but it kind of sucks whenever you can't live with your partner and you guys share a kid together. So it's I can spend a couple days here at Ken's, but
the way Gypsy framed her statement made it seem as if Aurora's presence was optional rather than a natural part of her daily life. This raised questions about whether Gypsy is fully embracing the responsibilities of being a mother or if she is still adjusting to the reality of it all. While many new moms integrate their babies into their lives seamlessly, Gypsy's statements gave the impression that she might be structuring her life first and fitting Aurora in where it's convenient. The public, already skeptical of her sudden transition from prison life to marriage and motherhood, quickly latched onto this, with some arguing that her priorities still seemed to be shifting rather than settled. Another moment that added to the controversy came when Gypsy admitted that, during their Valentine's dinner, Aurora suddenly woke up and wouldn't settle down despite their efforts.
And then also it changes her environment. So the first day, wherever I'm going to be staying at, if I'm staying my first night back in Cutoff, she's very fussy because it's a new environment.
They tried everything, rocking her, feeding her, changing her, but nothing seemed to work. At that point, Gypsy did what many millennial moms might do. She turned to TikTok for parenting advice. While it's not unusual for new parents to seek guidance from social media, the fact that Gypsy relied so heavily on it instead of trusting her own instincts left many questioning her level of confidence in handling motherhood. Most parents, especially after spending every day with their child, develop an intuition for what their baby needs. However, Gypsy's approach seemed to suggest that she was still navigating basic parenting struggles in a way that made some viewers uneasy.
Environment, I call it. So it's like changing her from one crib to the crib that I have at home, and then come back here, and then I have a crib here for her. So it's a lot to adjust to.
This isn't the first time Gypsy has made comments that contradict previous claims, creating a web of inconsistencies that continue to fuel public skepticism. Whether intentional or not, these moments shape the way people perceive her as a mother, making it difficult for her to shake the doubts surrounding her parenting. Over the past few months, she has gone from defending her whirlwind marriage to addressing rumors about her relationship, and now she finds herself under intense scrutiny regarding how she is handling motherhood.
Night shift. Ken has not done a night shift yet. I do the night shift. I mean, Ken works, so what I don't want to do is have him do a night shift and like basically get no sleep.
Every statement, live stream, and social media post adds another layer to the ongoing debate about whether she is truly adjusting to her new role or simply trying to control the public narrative. The biggest red flag, her heavy dependence on TikTok for parenting advice, which had people wondering if she's genuinely invested in learning how to care for Aurora or just looking for the fastest way to quiet her down in the moment. While TikTok can provide temporary solutions, it doesn't replace the deep, nurturing skills that come with hands-on parenting.
He really work the next day. He works really long hours, so I'm like, well, I don't have work per se, but I'm like, I got this. I totally got this.
Instead of turning to books, parenting classes, or learning from experienced mothers, Gypsy seems to prefer the quick scroll approach, offering her followers yet another reason to doubt her commitment to motherhood. One of the few positive moments came when Gypsy shared an update on Aurora's growth, proudly announcing that she now weighs 9 ounces and had been measured the night before. But even this moment of pride felt more like an attempt to reassure her audience rather than a genuine display of motherly affection. Aurora's development isn't just about numbers on a scale, it's about emotional bonding, attentiveness, and consistency, all areas where Gypsy's audience continues to notice gaps. And the contradictions in her parenting approach don't end there. Many of her followers have suggested she get a babysitter, given how overwhelmed she often seems. However, Gypsy shut down the idea, saying she doesn't trust strangers with her child. Instead, when she needs a break, she leaves Aurora with either her sister, Maya, or her stepmother, Christy.
And we watched a movie. We watched Don't Breathe 2. Came out a couple years ago. So it's a bit of an older movie. So anyway, we got through the movie, and dinner was ready at about 7. And as soon as dinner was ready, Aurora will...
That might sound reasonable until another inconsistency surfaced. Gypsy previously mentioned that when she left Aurora with Maya, she still ended up at Christy's house the same night, meaning Christy was the one actually taking care of the baby. And here's where concerns start stacking up. Christy's name has been wrapped in rumors about potential struggles with substance use, making people wonder if Gypsy's support system is truly reliable. If she's so hesitant to leave Aurora with a babysitter, is placing her in the care of an unstable family member really a better option?
And she was crying, so fed her, changed her, burped her, went to put her back down to go back to bed. And she wouldn't stop crying. She would stop crying only when I picked her up, and when I tried to put her back down, she started crying.
Gypsy tried to justify her reluctance, saying she feels uneasy at the thought of someone else handling her baby because they might not understand Aurora's needs the way she does. But this reasoning fell apart when she admitted how often she relies on others to watch her child. If she truly believes no one can provide the level of care she can, why does she so easily leave Aurora with family members who may not be the most stable? The contradictions didn't stop there. Gypsy insisted that she wouldn't trust a babysitter because she feared they wouldn't provide enough love and care, but then casually admitted that she constantly puts Aurora down for naps instead of holding her.
So she was very fussy last night, and so she woke up at 7, and even after feeding, changing, and everything like that, she still was fussy. And so he's like, well, maybe she has to burp. And so he's trying to burp her, and I'm like, When
describing her morning routine, she revealed that after feeding and changing Aurora, she immediately places her back in the crib, making it seem like she prioritizes keeping her baby asleep rather than engaging with her. The irony was impossible to ignore. She expects a future babysitter to be affectionate and attentive, yet she herself struggles to provide that. These conflicting statements only fueled further skepticism, reinforcing the perception that Gypsy's approach to motherhood is still uncertain and inconsistent. And if that wasn't enough, she also expressed growing frustration over Ken's demanding job, calling life in cut off the shittiest part of her situation.
Her, and we're both holding her, I'm like, babies cry, and sometimes you don't really know why, but we've tried everything at this point. We tried burping, feeding her more, and so I was like, maybe it's just like...
While she loves being close to family, she admitted that she hates how much Ken is constantly working, leaving her to handle everything on her own. She also acknowledged that their constant back and forth between houses has been hard on Aurora, causing her to fuss whenever the environment changes. The lack of stability has made it difficult to establish a proper routine, resulting in restless nights and an unsettled baby. During a recent discussion, she expressed frustration over Ken's demanding work schedule, admitting that she's often left handling a cranky baby alone.
Gas, like maybe she just needs to fart. And so I tried doing like those little leg movements with her, and I was like rubbing her tummy in that way that I've seen on TikTok videos and stuff. And she would not stop crying. So it was like I was Googling everything.
But here's the catch. Just a short while ago, Gypsy claimed that she and Ken took turns caring for Aurora. Now, she's admitting he's barely around and too exhausted to help out at night. So, which version is true? If Ken is constantly working, when exactly does he contribute? This contradiction has people wondering if she exaggerated his involvement earlier to maintain an idealized image of their co-parenting. And more importantly, it raises concerns about how sustainable this setup really is if Gypsy continues to struggle with motherhood mostly on her own. But the biggest controversy right now? Allegations that Gypsy may have been drinking alcohol despite being on parole. A scene from Life After Lockup showed her and Ken clinking glasses of what appeared to be red and white wine. Almost immediately, rumors swirled that she was drinking while pregnant during filming.
She has gained weight, so she weighs 9 pounds 4 ounces right now, as of like last night that I weighed her. So needless to say, finally, after all the crying, she finally went.
She quickly attempted to shut the speculation down, claiming it was just grape juice and that the show would confirm this. But here's where things got messy. Gypsy only addressed that specific moment and completely ignored another instance where she was allegedly handed a Metropolitan cocktail. If she was so eager to clear her name, why not address all the accusations? Her selective response only made people more skeptical. To make matters worse, multiple clips from the show surfaced showing her sipping from what many believe was an alcoholic drink. If it was truly just grape juice, why not clarify it in real time or provide proof to back up her claims? Her track record of contradicting herself in past interviews doesn't help her case either. Instead of fully shutting down the rumors, she only fueled more doubt by choosing which moments to acknowledge. The silence on the Metropolitan cocktail moment was especially suspicious. Was it an innocent oversight, or was she hoping people would forget? At this point,
I swallowed her and everything, put her back in her crib. And she seemed to be calm. So at about 11:30 at night, she finally went to bed. So this morning, I'm very, very tired. That's why I look like this right now.
Gypsy's handling of the backlash has only given critics more ammunition. Whether it was grape juice or something stronger, her failure to address the situation properly has left her audience with more questions than answers. In a less controversial update, Gypsy did open up about her plans for the future. While she and Ken want more children, she admitted that for now, she has her hands full with Aurora. She revealed that she plans to get an IUD for long-term birth control and wants to space out her kids by at least 2 years. According to her, adjusting to motherhood has been more overwhelming than expected, and she wants to ensure she can properly care for Aurora before expanding their family.
Get a babysitter, and I'm like, I'm not there yet to have a sitter come yet. I'm one of those people that's very like cautious. I'm like, I don't know you. So like anytime that I have had someone
Gypsy also addressed fan curiosity about Aurora's hair, responding to speculation about whether she inherited Ken's hairline. She assured viewers that Aurora has a full head of hair, adding that Ken also had plenty of hair as a baby, according to old pictures from his mother. She even mentioned looking into baby hair care products, emphasizing her desire to keep Aurora's hair healthy and well-maintained. Despite the light-hearted nature of the conversation, this was one of the rare moments where she seemed genuinely excited about her child's development, rather than just responding to criticism. Many fans weren't convinced. The cry felt oddly convenient, almost too perfectly timed, especially given the ongoing speculation about whether Aurora is always in Gypsy's care. Even more suspicious,
After it's been Christy or Mia, because I trust them. So, no, I just like, maybe when she's like a year old, I might feel more comfortable getting a sitter, but I mean, in this day and age, you never know with people. Like, I'd be one of those people that...
The cry was followed by complete silence. If Ken wasn't home, who soothed the baby so quickly, the whole thing felt calculated, leading many to believe it was more of a PR move than a genuine parenting moment. Adding to the skepticism, some noted that the cry itself sounded unusually abrupt, lacking the prolonged fussiness typical of a hungry infant. Others pointed out the eerie lack of background noise or movement, making it seem as if the sound had been played rather than occurring naturally. And let's not forget, Gypsy has gone live multiple times without ever having a baby cry interrupt her. So why now, just as criticism about her parenting was reaching a peak? Gypsy's reaction also raised eyebrows. Instead of responding instinctively, comforting Aurora, or even showing a hint of maternal concern, she simply stated that she needed to go and cut the live stream without hesitation. The entire exit felt controlled, almost rehearsed, more like someone executing a well-timed escape plan than a mother rushing to her child's aid.
I'd be worried the entire time that I wouldn't be around her. I'd be like, is the sitter like picking her up like she likes? Is the sitter like treating her with the love that I would give her? So I'd just be in my head too much.
Instead of putting rumors to rest, this moment only fueled the idea that Gypsy might be carefully curating how much of her motherhood journey the public actually sees. Of course, there's no concrete proof that the baby's cry was staged, but the circumstances surrounding it left more questions than answers. Was this a real motherly moment, or just another calculated move to shift the narrative? The debate rages on, and with every new livestream, Gypsy seems to invite more scrutiny rather than settling doubts. Beyond the baby cry mystery, her latest stream also deepened the contradictions in her story. On one hand, she insisted that she and Ken were working together to raise Aurora, but in the same breath, she admitted that Ken was rarely around due to work. So which is it? Fans quickly picked up on the inconsistencies, and instead of strengthening her credibility, her words only weakened it. Gypsy has been battling public perception since she was released from prison, but every attempt to reshape her image seems to backfire. With each broadcast, rather than proving her authenticity, she appears to unravel it. The audience remains divided. Some believe she's genuinely trying to navigate motherhood under an intense spotlight, while others are convinced she's playing a long game of social media optics. So what do you think? Is Ken an absent father struggling to balance work and family, or is there more to the story? And was that really Aurora crying, or just another move in Gypsy's ongoing effort to control the narrative? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for all the latest updates.